What what were your big takeaways from Outward? Not necessarily the successes, but the failures as well, that you want to either implement or change moving into Outward 2?
There's a lot of criticism for Outward that is just like, yeah, that's on purpose, right? Like we made a game where either you like that or you don't, and we're not trying to do something for both. But there's a lot of criticism that we agree with, and that it was either through lack of experience or most often because we lack the means to do something better or more intricate. The combat system is an example. I'm very proud of the combat system of Outward One, but it is not for everyone, and it requires a lot of deliberation. And I did say that Outward is about immersion. The combat system of Outward One is not immersive because it's not realistic that you need to make a decision like 3 seconds before the hit is landed, right?
Yep.
So Outward 2, we've put a lot of effort into making a combat system that is extremely responsive. And that means a lot of work as well, by the way. So you can cancel your attacks with much more generous windows, and you can blend one move into another so that very seamlessly you can combine things together. And we've added dual wielding where very seamlessly you can change what you're doing from one hand to the other. We can dodge cancel and block cancel most of animations. So once again, like if I were to attack and I want to block almost at the same time, like I can do that in real life. Why couldn't I in the game, right? We just thought of those little things, and I wanted something that is more of a nervous playstyle. I really like the dodging in Neo, so I was inspired by that by having like you got step dodges because in real life you wouldn't like avoid a sword by rolling on the floor. You would just step out. So we've got that. You can just step out, but if you press twice, then you transform your step dodge into a dodge roll. So those are the kind of tweaks that we're doing. The other aspect is a lot of people said there's no story or that the story doesn't matter in Outward, and I find that extremely sad because the game does have a story. It has a good story, but it is very fragmented because it's told across 3 different storylines. And that in itself is a big obstacle to appreciating it because it might seem very incomplete if you don't do the different storylines. But also, our narrative delivery was not on the same level as the story we're trying to tell. We didn't have cutscenes, we didn't have much in terms of motions and actions from the players as they talk. It was mostly text boxes with very limited voiceovers. And so, because we didn't have a lot of tools to tell a story, people will imagine, oh, but they didn't focus on that, and that's fine. The truth is, no, there is a story there. There is a very fleshed out world. So in Outward 2, we decided to focus on having like we're gonna have more intricate dialogue systems with like some zoom ins and more dynamic cameras and some cutscenes and stuff like that. It's gonna be more like every quest dialogue will be voiced from start to finish rather than just being a small segment. So we're really improving in that regard so that people won't say that we didn't try to deliver a good story and that it was an afterthought because it wasn't. Another aspect was that they felt the world felt was very empty, and I described the technical constraints that we had from doing a split screen for a game like this, but with more time, more budget, more experience. Now we're trying to add more into our outdoor areas so that they feel more fleshed out, and we're doing the same with our cities. And one core feature that I'm really excited about is the full year calendar. So like in real time as you play, you get the change of seasons and you'll have some events that are specific to like where you are at in terms of is it winter? Yeah. Well, then you can go to that place that you cannot during summer, for instance, and stuff like that. So it will feel more alive. It's not just going to be like walking in something that feels very still, aside from a handful of encounters along the way. Um, what else? Oh yeah, and the last big thing that we wanted to improve on was character creation. Man, our characters are ugly. Those faces, those potato faces, they haunt us. And like that was you. Yeah, I mean, we know. You think we did that on purpose? No, it's just we did what we could with what we had and the experience we had both for character modeling, but also like the limitations of we're not going to do different models for just the head and then the rest of the body and all that. And we were never zooming in on those faces anyway, so it wasn't all that important. So it was just like choosing our battles. But after the success of Outward, now we'll have no excuse if it's still like on that level. So we have not revealed much, but I know that when we're gonna show what is involved in our character creation, that alone will convince a lot of people to buy the game.